The internet loves a mystery, but sometimes that curiosity can cross the line. Okay, let's break down what's going on with Daniela, Megan, and the double Jonah drama, because this whole situation escalated way too fast. What started as a couple of cute, casual moments spiraled into a full-blown fan investigation complete with mistaken identities, triangle theories, and way too much digging into people's personal lives. At the heart of it, we've got two girls from Cats. Daniela and Megan each spotted with different guys. Both of those guys just happened to be named Jonah. Daniela was seen with Jonah David, while Megan was linked to Jonah Abraham, to separate people, to different situations. But because the names matched, some fans jumped to the conclusion that it was all the same guy, which turned the whole thing into a messy internet love triangle that didn't actually exist. Daniela's side of the story, things kicked off with Daniela. She was spotted out with Jonah David, a TikToker, nothing, while just a simple outing. They were walking close, he had his hand on her back, and at one point, he even carried her purse. Classic date behavior. Fans found his page. At first, the energy was wholesome. Supportive comments like, as long as Donnie's happy, that's what matters, and he's cute, she deserves that. It was light, it was positive. But then it flipped. Suddenly, people weren't just watching, they were investigating. Fans started asking for his address, digging into his friends, mapping out his whole social circle. That's when it stopped being sweet and crossed into uncomfortable territory. Even some big voices in the fandom called it out, basically saying, why can't we just let them date who they want without stalking their lives? And honestly, they're right. What could have been just a nice little law? She's happy moment became an unwanted spotlight on a guy who didn't sign up for that kind of attention. Megan's story then came Megan. She showed up at Lollapalooza, and fans noticed Jonah Abraham with her. First, there was a casual clip of him on a buggy ride. His arm draped across the back of her seat, then a party photo surfaced, him standing behind her, arms wrapped around, lips brushing her hair. Fans didn't waste time. Within minutes, people were calling it a hard launch. The edits, the congratulations, the heart emojis, everything rolled in fast. But just like with Daniela, the switch happened. People started digging. They pulled his full name, tracked down his socials, tagged his friends, and even matched up timelines trying to prove things. What began as Megan looking happy quickly morphed into who exactly is this guy? And what can we find out? The Jonah mix appears where the real chaos hit. Both rumored boyfriends are named Jonah. Daniela's Jonah David and Megan's Jonah Abraham. Naturally, some fans thought they were the same person. That's when triangle theories exploded. You had comments like, wait, Daniela's Jonah and Megan's Jonah are the same guy, and others saying they low-key look like siblings. People started pulling screenshots from both girls' clips, splicing them together, and creating fake crossover timelines. This wasn't lighthearted anymore, it became a full-on investigation. And the sad part, both Jonahs ended up with their pages swarmed by the same kind of invasive comments. He took my Donnie, are you dating Megan? And so on. What could have been normal? Private dating moments turned into a frenzy. Why fans went far. Look, supporting the girls is fine, posting edits, streaming the music, even making funny memes, that's part of fandom culture. But once people started tracking locations, pulling personal info, and turning to random guys into characters in a reality show, it stopped being fandom fun and started being creepy. The truth is, if Daniela or Megan wanted these relationships to be public, they'd make them public. And if they don't, forcing it won't make them open up, it'll just make them shut down. The K-pop debates and people tried justifying all this by saying, well, if they were K-pop idols, dating would be a scandal, but that logic doesn't really apply here. Cats I might train under a K-pop inspired system and have styling that feels familiar, but they're marketed globally, not bound by the same no dating rules that traditional K-pop idols deal with. Source, dragging Daniela and Megan like they broke some sacred contract doesn't even make sense. One of them put it perfectly, the training is K-pop inspired, but the rollout is Western. The goal is longevity without tearing each other down. In other words, let them live their lives without projecting a different culture's expectations onto them. Fandom split. As always, the fandom split into the camps. Some icons stayed respectful, saying things like, if Megan's dating someone, let's just respect her privacy. She's human, she can date who she wants. Others admitted being heartbroken but still happy for her. That's honest, but still healthy. Then you had the group that refused to let it go. The ones who demanded answers, camped under every post, asked for names, demanded timelines, acting like it was their job to expose details. Thankfully, plenty of fans shut that down, reminding people to mind their own business, and honestly, that's the right energy. You don't have to love the new boyfriends. You don't even have to find them attractive. But stalking them, mocking them, or tearing them down, that's unnecessary. Soft launch versus hard launch. A lot of confusion here comes down to this idea of soft launches versus hard launches. A soft launch is when you get hints a hoodie swap, a background cameo, an arm in the shot. A hard launch is a full-on couple pick. Daniela and Megan have shared some soft launch vibes, sure, but that doesn't mean they're obligated to give fans the hard launch. Privacy matters. Not everything is a hidden signal. Sometimes a smile is just a smile. Megan even addressed the situation lightly on Weverse, thanking fans for support and asking people to be kind. That last part especially hit because some fans had started dragging Jonah Abraham's looks. And honestly, that's cruel. If she's happy, that should be enough. Why silence happens. This is why idols keep things quiet. Once they confirm anything, it turns into more hunting, more digging, more pressure. Soft launches give them a way to share small parts of their lives without losing control. Hard launches are rare for a reason. Some fans keep asking if there's a dating ban. From what people say, there isn't one source. More likely, the girls were advised to keep things low-key, and that makes sense early in a career. You don't want relationships overshadowing the music. Other group members have faced this too. People speculated that Mono had a girlfriend named Sophie, and when that surfaced, the fandom went wild. Even if it's true, the same point stands: privacy matters. Where things stand now, so where are we now? Daniela's rumored to be with Jonah David. Megan's rumored to be with Jonah Abraham. Nothing's confirmed, and at the end of the day, they're real people, not storylines for fan edits. The reality is, if the stalking continues, the girls will just go silent. The label will clamp down. The moments fans love so much will disappear completely. If you want to keep catching glimpses of their lives, the best way is to give them room. Not push harder. If these relationships are real, the girls will protect them. If they're just friendships, the stories will fade naturally. Either way, it's not something fans can control. Final thoughts. So here's the question. Next time a new photo or clip drops, will fans keep it light and supportive? Or will they turn into detectives again and feed the cycle that pushes idols into silence? At some point, we have to decide if we're fans or investigators. Because the more people treat their lives like a crime scene, the less likely they are to share anything at all.